Are you someone who struggles to find time to look after yourself or do something around self-care? Well, trust me, I know what it's like. I am a busy mother, I work, I try to look after my health, I like to socialise, I have interests and hobbies, so I know what it's like to juggle all of these balls. And sometimes the concept of adding in self-care, too much. It's the first thing that gets dropped. So I wanted to say first though, if you do have time and can prioritise something, whether it's play or doing something soothing or just nothing at all like daydreaming, please do it. These are not time wasters. They are essential for our health and well-being. But if you're at the point of overwhelm where you've already got way too many things on your plate and the thought of adding self-care is going to make you explode, I've got a skill for you. So this skill is about meeting you where you're at. It's about broadening this concept of self-care from something we do to something about how we do the things we're already doing. And it's about integrating self-care rather than being add-on. So this is where we get practical. I want you to get a pen and a paper that has lines on it. So if you don't have that already, just press the pause button and come back. Okay, well, welcome back. So the first step I want you to do is to list an average day, the things that you do from waking up, having a shower, getting the kids ready, going to the gym, having breakfast, commute to work, so on and so forth. See if you can list at least 8 to 10 activities. Don't be pedantic, we don't want lists of hundreds, just keep it simple, but ensure that there's enough detail that captures pretty much an average day for you. The second step is to look through that list. On each line you should have an activity. I want you to look at that activity and make a decision about whether that activity is nourishing or draining. And I want you to put a big D or a big N next to that. Now the third step, let's have a look at your day. Does your day actually reflect how you're feeling? Have you got more drains? Have you got more nourishing? Just have a sense of whether it actually reflects your overall sense of well-being. Maybe there are a lot of nourishing factors and just one big massive drain, or there are a lot of cumulative small drains. See if you had a friend who was looking at this day of yours, imagine what they might be saying. What wise words would they give you about your day? So the fourth step, possibly one of the most important, is to intervene. Now, obviously, if there are any Ds on your list that can be eliminated, that aren't necessary, get rid of them. You can always bring them back. But if everything on your list is needed and essential to your day, this is where we intervene. The task is now to try to find a way to do that activity that reduces the drain and, if possible, increases the nourish. So if the answer doesn't come straight away around how you could try to do your draining activity with a little bit less drain and more nourish, then I invite you to use this next tool to help you get a bit more creative and to open up the possibilities. This next tool covers 4 different ways to solve a problem. The first way is to problem solve the problem and to list all of the different things that you could do to get rid of the problem. The second option is to think about how you could change your thoughts or feelings in relation to the drain. The third way is to find room to accept the draining experience. And the fourth is to do nothing. We forget sometimes always an option, but the fourth is to do nothing and to keep it as draining as it is. So check out my handout where I review one of my very common drains, which is a commute to work, being stuck in traffic. So difficult. And you'll see how I've actually used each of the 4 boxes and outlined different ideas. Not all of them are realistic or actual options, but just wanted to give you a little bit of idea of how you can get creative with this. So the key message here is that it's the way we do our draining activities. So if there is a way that you can be kind and gentle to yourself as you experience these difficult, challenging moments, then that is going to support you through those experiences. Thank you for taking the time to listen today, especially if you are a busy person. I really would love to hear your feedback about you implementing this skill. And remember that it's kind of like taking cholesterol medication. If you just take one, you're not going to solve the problem. So see if you can experiment and play with this for at least a week around several different drain activities. Really look forward to hearing how you go with that, and please, I welcome any feedback.